Hey, what's going on, guys? SB here. Listen, I got two brand new guests for y'all in the YouTube community. These are homies of mine that I've met over on TikTok, and I think y'all need to know about them. So strap up. We're going for that ride. All right. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I'm your host for the evening. Hey, listen, guys, I brought some peoples with me, good peoples that y'all need to know about in the fragrance space. Y'all know me. I'm always trying to bring you guys with me on my journey, and part of my journey is meeting new people that are involved in fragrances. I want to show y'all different faces, different perspectives, different noses in the game that I highly respect, and this episode is no different. So I'm going to switch over screens for y'all, introduce y'all to the panel. On my left, got my boy JWavy as well as Lamar.
What's going
Why
on?
don't y'all give the people a quick elevator pitch? What's your name, where you operate, and what you do as far as content? Start with Wavy.
Shit, man. My name JWavy 414. I'm a fellow content creator. I also do fragrance. I'm out here in AZ with my boy Sin Bubble. Yeah, I'm just a very cool and calm collect content creator. I do vlogs, fragrance, and day in the life.
Okay. Lamar, how about you, bro?
Some of y'all may see me on here, but shoot, LamarScents coming over here from South Carolina, man. Just pushing out unbiased, truthful content. Just keeping it real with y'all. That's all it really come down to. That's why I'm here. The truth
Also,
seeking game.
yes, Truth Seekers, also known as the chef.
Y'all, the
Uh,
lair. I'll be layering them up over here.
Absolutely. Hey, so for all y'all on my YT audience, where I'm going to be putting this content starting out, and then we're going to chop it up like we usually do for all platforms. We're going to do a little game today called 21 Questions. Y'all are familiar with the format. This is our way of meeting people in the community, so you guys can know these individuals. That way, when you see them and hear them talk, you know a little bit more about the perspective that they coming from, so that you can contextualize it in a way that makes sense for you and your journey, and also to get maximum value out of, just checking out my content. So we might not make it through 21 questions, but we definitely going to just ask questions until we hit a certain time limit, because I'm going to have both Wavy and Lamar answering each question, separate answers for the same question. So we're just going to see how far we can go with it, so y'all can learn as much as possible. Before we get cracking, Wavy, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Are you just turning your camera off for
Yeah,
internet or something?
momentarily. Yeah,
Oh,
momentarily. I'll
momentarily.
fix
Okay,
it later.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with Lamar then. Um, what was life like before fragrances became a hobby? What were you doing? How old were you?
Before Ferguson became a hobby, I
Mm-hmm.
was literally just a workaholic. Just working two jobs, staying stable, doing what I can, but still was deep diving into what I call, well, my fragrance oils at the time. I had a couple of designers and stuff like that. I had my Sorrow Chrome, my Coach Blue, and stuff like that. So that's why I really started at with it in the Aqua di Gio EDT. So that's what it really started out for me.
Right.
But my very first designer period throughout my lifetime was that Polo Red. So that's like my all-time first love when it comes to the fragrances.
And were you doing any hobbies prior?
Um, no, not really. Not really.
Okay, okay. Word. And then Wavy, what about you, man? What was life like before fragrances? What were you into? What were you doing?
Hold on. Yeah. So my life before fragrance, brother, man, I was a basketball player, workaholic, worked two jobs, tried to be stable. Um, and honestly, I was more of a site entrepreneur, so I started like side businesses and things like that. But I found my way into fragrance after all those things, kind of died out and dwindled away.
Okay, word. Well,
Yeah.
and these are going to be somewhat rapid fire too, so we're going to jump right into the next one. So starting
All
with
right.
Lamar, do you remember the very first fragrance that made you stop and think, "Wow, that's different"?
Yeah, that trolley elixir. I was like, yo, hold on now. I ain't think a budget fragrance was gonna make me start collecting from the Middle Eastern side of things. So that's what really got me like, oh, okay, I see what's going on.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that. What even pushed you? Because now we're in a fragrance boom. So a lot of people's stories don't sound the same compared to when I used to talk to people about fragrances 10 years ago. What did you see that even took you into knowing about the clone and inspiration game? Like, was it a video? Was it a person? You know, because you don't hear about that stuff on TV or magazines the way fragrances used to PR.
True.
Like honestly, with me, it really started with getting an understanding of the fragrance after me enjoying it, wearing it for a couple of days. I was like, let me see if somebody talks about the fragrance and stuff like that. So that's what it really started with. And then I started seeing other content creators and stuff, just weaving them out, seeing which ones I really connect with their mindset to the fragrances, not just putting the fragrance out there to the masses and pointing shooting and just creating content, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And when you first heard like the terms, you know, because there's a term curve, right? Like you start hearing these terms like clone, dupe, inspiration. When you first heard that stuff, did you understand what the heck it was? Or, you know, because I know when I got in the game, people didn't really, I thought all those terms, I mean, they are literally different, but everybody was all using them all in the same language. And I remember the first time asking, like, what the heck is a clone? I'd never seen anything like that before. So was it understandable to you at first? Were you blown away that that even existed? Because I know growing up, I'd never heard of that category.
Honestly, yeah, because like I said, like as a young, being in the stores all the time, I'm always saying, okay, like I always saying the Dollar General. I was always going to Dollar General. They always used to have like a little knockoff polo brand, you know what I'm saying? So I was
Okay.
like, okay, there's a real thing out there, something like that, got to be. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay. But when I actually got into it now, it was like, okay, so they talking about clone inspiration and stuff like that. I mean, it all makes sense because of the name, the term,
Yeah.
clone inspiration. So it should be like connecting the dots on that. So for some
I'm
people,
surprised. I think none of us knew how big that part of the game was. You know,
I
oh
normally
yeah,
did.
how big
normally
it was.
clone and dupes would be like a few guys or a few brands and stuff. Now there's more clone brands than there are designers in niche, it feels like, especially with the releases come out quicker on that side of things. Wavy, what was the first fragrance that you smelled and you were like, that's different?
So the first fragrance that actually brought me into fragrance long before I started content creation was Versace Dylan Blue. So that was a fragrance that my dad used to wear a lot. It was like a staple fragrance. But what brought me into the dupe world and kind of more content creation was F9 9 p.m. That
Where'd
was
you
the
hear about
fragrance
it?
for the Kai Cenat stream. I had seen him do a
Oh, he got
unboxing.
gifted it. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
got gifted it by the brand. They sent it to him, and when he smelled it, I seen his reaction, and I was like, "Well, damn! If I see it, I'll at least try it out." And before the boom of the fragrance, where you got all these, you know, and everybody reacting, I went into a certain place and I found it for a nice price, got it, and I smelled it through the box. I was like, "Damn, this must be nice." And since then, I've been hooked on everything. Been getting all of them.
Okay. And that leads me, I always freestyle. Like my shows are always like a guide. So immediately a follow-up I got to ask both of you guys that's off script is
Mm.
everybody comes in at a different place and everybody is interested in different stuff. So for you guys in your collection, I know people can see a little bit of it. What type of fragrance did you come into? Was it designer first, clone first, whatever? What's your collection mostly comprised of, and are you biased towards a certain lane, or are you open minded? How are you sorting through that in your journey right now?
Me personally, I started off with the dupes, but then I would say when I got like my seventh inspiration or dupe clone, whatever you want to call it, that's when I switched over and got my designers because it was already towards the winter time. I started collecting at the end of September, so I was going into the versatile season of everybody showing their versatile side of the cold for the fragrance. So it was like, okay, which way I'm gonna take it? Let me see, you know what I'm saying, which way I want to go with it. So I went retail my first time. So I didn't
Mm-hmm.
care for it. I didn't care for retail at that time. So now I don't do retail. But other than that, I like to keep it versatile most of the time with my fragrance collection. But I'm starting to grow my own niche side of things now too. So that's what I'm mainly focusing on right now.
Okay, so at this point, you're fairly open minded and just you like the discovery of just scents.
Yeah, I like the discovery of blind buying so I can fulfill that experience of relating to the fragrance and to the masses because we all spending our money on these fragrances out here. So I want to be able to get that experience if the person that never put their nose on it or not able to put their nose on it at a store or a rack store or something like that. I'm gonna just tell them how it is. Like,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Wavy, what about you? Oh, your mic, your mic.
My bad, had a technical difficulty. So me, I'm more of a honestly, I kind of saw converted, right? I was a dupe buyer. I like designer because that's why I got entry level to. But to be more direct, I like anything, right? So I don't really go to any lane. I may do dupes, I may do designer this day, but right now I like indie houses. I like to find stuff that's different. And you don't want to smell like everybody, right? So I don't want to be that person who, if we have these conversations, I always pull up the same bottle as everybody. I like to be a little bit more unique because that's how I've always been. So that's kind of my lane with it.
Okay. And I love this next question because I know y'all don't have like a, I'm sure it'll just hit you, but
Mhm.
I know we don't think too hard about this often. What was the moment that you officially kind of felt that you were actually hooked in collecting? Because you start
Oh,
buying fragrances and you're liking them, and then curiosity killed the cat, right? Just curiosity
mhm.
starts building the collection. But then there's another phase where you look at your collection and you're like, I think I'm going to be over here for a long time. This actually is exciting, and there's a whole
Mhm.
world of this. When was that for you?
For me, I ain't gonna lie, I can keep it short and simple. When I was buying all the Quiet, Alpha Shines, the Afnons and stuff, I like that quality of fragrance, right? I'm sure y'all will attest to this. But it's always like that wanting to know, like, is there something better, or is this kind of where we at with it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
once I got into going to actual places and smelling them on hand and grabbing stuff, oh yeah, I was hooked. I was hooked from there.
Okay, Lamar.
with me,
My shit is so blurry right
honestly, when I realized I woke up one morning, I looked over, I was like, damn, that's a lot. That was the realization. I was,
You
I
woke
was like,
up
damn,
sober and you were like, wait a second, what did I just
I was
do?
like, damn, that looked like more than 60 bottles over there. Damn, what the hell I did?
I mean, I tell you what,
I must
fragrances is kind of
I
like that.
turned.
You look up and you're like, wait, how? You're like almost in disbelief. Like, I know I didn't buy 50 bottles this month. Like, how
now.
did that
Daily.
happen?
I'm not quite to 50, but we on our way. Yo. We
Yeah,
on our
yeah,
way.
yeah. Every night you're gonna wake up. Stuff's just gonna start appearing.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the next question. We'll start with Lamar on this one. We'll say, was there a specific person or YouTube creator or family member or experience that influenced your journey the most?
It
Okay.
was two people. It was really two people that I actually, what I'm saying, was cool with, started connecting with, what I'm saying, commenting and actually getting in TikTok and actually connecting with them on live and stuff, boosting and chain those smell swole.
Mhm.
So them two right there, those my dogs. So like them two, like the way they keep it authentic, they're not just trying to put a script in your face and stuff like that. Keeping it authentic and stuff as well, but actually keeping it professional with a face at the
And
same time.
what was your first content creator that you identified with the most in terms of like, oh, I like the way this guy presents fragrances and talks about it, if there is one?
Oh, it's not really none in particular on that one. It's
Okay,
just one of the ones that influenced me was the chain of smells roll and boosting fragrances. But
people.
also I've been looking at also hard body fragrances too, like just the authentic raw, what I'm saying, straight to the point style of videos and stuff like that. That kind of influenced me too, to not be over talkative, but get it straight to the point and get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Get exactly the main topic out to the people so we know exactly how to keep them engaged and locked into the videos.
Okay, Wavy.
So for me, I would say I don't watch a lot of creators. I try to keep it short, but I watch Triple B and Fatboy Finesse. Those are the two people that I watch the most. And then
Shout
I
out
ran across
Walt, man.
Yeah, I shout out to him, and then I watched Christopher Lee as well. So I think really what it was I didn't really look at creators at first. I kind of just was on my own wave, and then out of nowhere, I seen Triple B one day, and I was like, damn, this dude got a room of fragrances. That's nice. And then I saw Fat Boy Finesse. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like I see some brothers, and then it just kind of the list goes down to Hard Body. You know, you got a few others, but yeah, those are the people that got me started though.
Yeah, great people to look at for sure. And looking back, what was the biggest mistake you ever made when you first started collecting, if you made any?
I mean, I
What
don't feel
what
like I've made a
looking back,
mistake.
what is there something that you did in the journey that you're like, if I was to redo that, I probably wouldn't have done it like this.
Giving away bottles.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. I feel
I
like
would
there's
And
say
nothing
why?
wrong with it, but you should know what you're giving to them. You shouldn't just give it to them because you may not want it.
Gotcha. Yeah, because people are picky and at a different place in their journey, and
Mhm.
100 ml is a big prize to somebody, especially if they ain't using it. I like that
Mhm.
answer a lot. Lamar, what about you?
I would say just shooting a gun on certain things or certain DNAs that I thought would have been cool for me. You know what I'm saying? Without actually having the knowledge on like what is the clone of or what's the OG and stuff like that. Just doing a little bit more groundwork on that part before actually splurging. Like getting into sampling the fragrances more often than just straight out outright blind buying just because I want to say, oh, following the trend, early on. So I stopped
Mm-hmm.
following Trump because, oh, this is the hottest thing out right now. So I started to peel back on that.
That leads me to a great pivot question. Starting off with you, Lamar. What was the first discovery set you had?
Oh, that's a great question.
The very first discovery set was my Zerjoff discovery set.
And how many fragrances came in it?
I think it was like what, six or seven.
And what was the best fragrance from that set?
To me, Torino 22.
Okay, 22. Bro, everybody has a different answer for the Torino set. I love asking people about that. Wavy, what
No,
was the
fact.
first discovery set you got and favorite fragrance from it?
So my first ever discovery set was actually from an indie brand, Laverde Fragrances.
Laverdi, okay.
Um, yeah, it was actually a really nice one. It had about seven of them in there, and I would say the best one to me out of there. Um, but damn, I can't say that one. I would say Space City or Zion Gold. It
Okay.
was a toss up between the two.
Okay. Well, now we're going to get into y'all's collection, man, because I just want people to be able to get the download on y'all as people in your journey. So I'm going to have y'all look at the collections behind y'all, and I want you to think about what fragrance means the most to you emotionally. Like you see the fragrance and you immediately remember you have a connection to it for some reason, maybe use case, maybe memory, anything that stands out in your collection as something that you probably be with you forever. Okay, and talk about it, Wavy.
So it's not necessarily this one, but this is one of them. So I got them as a package. I got this fragrance, which is Territor Privé, right? And then there's another one, Territor, and it's a Versace Eros inspiration. I got these two when I just freshly graduated high school and I moved back from college. And I was, going through life a little bit, and I found a store that sold these. And I was like, man, I was talking to the lady, doing what I was doing. She sold me both of these. And the reactions that I got from people wearing this in the store will just always be a staple. So I gotta have me a Territory too in my collection.
Okay, Lamar, how about you?
It's probably Elixir because it started my collecting. But really the Burberry touch, because it's been around in my family since I was a kid. It doesn't matter if it was from Uncle, to Grandpa Paul. It don't matter if it was from cousins, uncles, aunties that got that love to wear masculine style fragrances or whatever the case may be. It was just always around. So
So that's basically
uh,
like a family member.
yeah, yeah, something like that.
Okay. Word. I appreciate those answers, guys. That's awesome. What's one fragrance in your opinion that that you think is unpopular that you have?
Unpopular.
Yeah. What do you think that when you pull it out, maybe you've heard people maybe not talk too highly of it that you like it?
Zara Oud.
Azara Oud. Okay. Lamar, what about for you?
And for London Storm Oak.
And starting with Wavy, why do you like it?
So I'm not a oud person, and this is a very oud fragrance. This is a oud maracuja inspiration. So it's not a crowd pleaser, but if you like adult scents, that's something that's for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And then Lamar, why do you like that fragrance?
It's crazy work, man. But so for all the Mandarin Sky lovers, I was a Mandarin Sky lover myself. When I got this right here, and this is the X straight of them.
How you doing?
If you want the Scandal EDT, this is the way to go. But they made it that DNA, the X straight. It puts Mandarin Sky to shame. So that's why I don't have Mandarin Sky today because of this right here.
Okay. Word. What's one fragrance, and I know the answer to this a little bit, but I want you to show the people what fragrance today, right now, this week, are you the most obsessed with in your collection?
French Avenue Arch.
French Avenue Arc, and what's that an inspiration of?
Harsh. This is a dupe of Galan Idea Lahome Latine Privé.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, grapefruit neroli. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole spiel, but I'm gonna just let you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wavy, what about you? What are you obsessed with right now? Your microphone.
Obsessed, obsessed. Come on, man. You already know what I'm grabbing. That Marley satisfy my soul.
Hey, that
Oh
looks
yeah.
like it's satisfying your soul.
Oh, it satisfied a lot of them. Let's go, man.
That's
Come
what's
on,
up.
man. It's a
Word.
great phrase. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Hey guys, what's one fragrance note that you never can seem to enjoy it the way everybody else does? Like there's a note everybody talk about, oh, this fragrance has, lemon or whatever, where when you smell a lot of fragrances with that note, you just ain't feeling it right now. Like what's the most challenging note in your trying experience so far that you haven't quite found your fragrance for it?
I would say that
Tea.
apricot.
Apricot,
That
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I would
and
say tea. I haven't
tea?
found a tea yet, or I guess whatever is in the imagination inspirations. I don't really like those smells. They
Okay.
just smell like a pond. I don't really
And
like
and
that.
let's push into that question a little bit further. So Lamar, what is it about apricot when you smell fragrances with it today? What have you not enjoyed about that note in the fragrance? Like what do you think it messes up about the composition?
It just makes it smells uh, like a stagnant water smell to me. It just makes the other fruit smells off-putting. It
Okay.
doesn't add an extra to it. It just doesn't complement enough for me. So that's
Okay.
why.
Word. Wavy?
I mean, for me, the tea just it just doesn't do it for my nose. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other note is, but like anything that has like a pond type of smell, like a water, dirty water smell, I don't like that type of note.
Okay. Okay. Hey, it makes sense to me.
Uh,
Um, let's see. Okay. I give each of you guys $500. Okay.
mm.
What's the first thing you're buying with the $500? It doesn't have to be $500 of value, but if I just said, "Hey, Lamar, I'm gonna break you off 500. Here's a Cash App." What's something that you've been wanting to get that you've been playing it cool because of price, or even just whatever? Like, what's the first thing you buying on the 500 in the fragrance game?
So I would say first I would do a new little shelf. I gotta upgrade the size. So that's the first thing. But after that, I'll probably just get one fragrance. That's Renzo Pedraglia Dream Seek. That's the only one. That's
Oh,
it.
Pizzaglia. Yeah. He loved that Dream C. For those of y'all who don't know, I sent him Dream C. He had a dream at the sea, so that's definitely on his hit list. Hey, good choice, man. Wavy, what about you, bruh?
Man, honestly, if I was going having that much, the first thing I would buy, knowing that I've been looking for, I would go get this brand called Sovereign. They have a nice fragrance in there. It's black. Um, and that's been on my hit list. I've been wanting that fragrance for a while. It's super different, and nobody talks about it. But I've smell tested it so many times, and it works well. So that was something I was to get. It would be the from the brand. I think it's called Sovereign Black.
Okay. Okay. Sovereign Black. Definitely. Well, I'll check that out as well. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'll send
Um,
you a picture of it. I'll send you a picture
please.
of it.
Yeah, I'm always interested. What fragrance in your collection needs more love from the community, guys?
Man, come on, bro. Easy money. Damn, there's a couple, honestly. But I'm gonna go this one. I'm gonna go La Imperial Imperial Destiny.
What's it smell like?
This is black pink pepper. Oh yeah, hold on. I got the notes right here. So it got pink pepper, grapefruit, ginger, nutmeg, divana, cinnamon, benzoin, musk, and incense. Grown, beautiful, the best
Fresh?
smelling.
It smells fresh.
Almost fresh, yes, but very masculine. The pink pepper does its job in this.
Okay, so it's
And that
it's
musk, it holds really well.
okay. That's what's up.
I like
Lamar,
it.
chef. I hear the chef. I see the talk to him. Break it down, man. Tell him why you love it.
Imperial Intense by Rayhan.
Mhm.
This is the old school Rayhan with the pull off cap. So this right here is my favorite underrated Rayhan because of the fact that it's a twist on that Gucci Guilty elixir a little bit, and it smells like to me just a hint of that Pegasus, just a hint, just
Mm,
a smidgen of it in it. When I
okay.
say this is probably my favorite year-round scent and my most complicated out of my almost 200 bottles,
Mhm.
this is no slouch. This one don't get enough hype. This needs the love that it deserves.
That's that Nocturno.
No, this that Imperial Intense.
Oh, Imperial. Okay.
Imperial Intense.
Word. Hey man, I
The
like
black.
putting people on to new fragrances, so I appreciate y'all because I know they ain't heard of that on my channel, so they definitely gonna check both of those out. What's the most disappointing purchase you ever made?
Oh man.
I
Oh
know one.
man.
I know
I
one.
would I would say that Armoff Beach Party.
Mm.
Okay. And
And
what did
and
it
I got
smell like?
a Garnier Fructia shampoo. And I did not want to smell like that. It smelled like a brunette was walking in front of me and the wind was blowing. So I said, no, that's not my style of fragrance. No disrespect to nobody that loves that style of shampoo, but that's not for me.
Mm.
Hey,
Me, I would say it's called Latafa Mora, Mohra. I believe to me it smells like an Italian matador, or not an Italian matador, an Indian matador. Like that's what the bottle looks like. So
remind me what a
that wasn't my
matador is.
favorite.
Is that a bull rider?
Yep.
Okay. And why from Italy?
No. Indian.
Oh,
Indian.
Indian.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a curry dipped bull rider, huh?
Yep. Yep. It was a very interesting smell that day.
Word. Hey guys, so we're about to hit 30 and I want y'all to be able to outro correctly. So we're going to take it to one last question and then we're going to sign off because I want to have a reason for y'all to come back. And I feel like people have learned a lot about y'all so far. But what is
Mhm.
your best memory, not necessarily with a fragrance, but what is your favorite experience that you've had so far being in the fragrance community? It can be a
I think
discovery, it could be a relationship, it could be an event, it could be something you bought.
learning. I think the best discovery is learning that not only do I enjoy fragrance the way that I do, but so do y'all and a lot of other people. And there's a lot of people in this community that just want you to smell good, bro. Ain't no extra behind it. We just want you to smell good. We enjoy it, and you get to see a different side of people other than that corporate world, regular, when you talking fragrance and you let somebody talk their passion, you see a different side. So that's what I like about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
What about you,
Yeah,
Lamar?
I could basically piggyback off of that, but I can also add just adding the connections. Well, get finding those connections that you didn't think that was possible, and just believing in yourself and just taking that risk. You know what I'm saying, with this stuff, and just going into anything, just taking that risk and just seeing the outcome of it is mind-boggling to me because actually seeing the community I've built, not only from YouTube, yes, maybe a little bit slow on the YouTube side, but just being able to build my community the way I have, you know what I'm saying, by just me being that truth seeking type of person and people falling in line to hear what I got to say. I like that more than anything because it's like it's more respected. It's like you respect my opinion, and I'm gonna respect your opinion for allowing me to give you that and not just turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah, I agree with both of those sentiments. Like I fully agree. This is an amazing hobby. I know for me, I'm just grateful. Like I get older and the older you get, not everything you used to do when you were young you could do still. Maybe you're injured, maybe you're just older, maybe it's not in your season of life, maybe you got a family, all these things come up and you don't get to ball out and do all these things you used to be, and you almost get less adventurous as time goes on. So to come across a hobby that you feel like you could really get in the game and play, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all very active with fragrance in the community. That's a blessing. Like just to have that, it changes your week, keeps you motivated, gives you something to do outside of the 9 to 5. And I feel privileged, bro. So I'm always grateful every day to wake up and just have something great to do that has meaning and value.
Oh yeah.
But before we sign off and I outro us, um, tell everybody where they can find you guys online. Because I'm going to put your information in the description and tag y'all up and do all that. But where do you want
Mhm.
people to check you out at?
I mean, right now for me, you can always check me out on TikTok or IG, JWavy414. I do have a YouTube. I'm dropping more over there. We're gonna start doing lives more, but yeah, right now mostly TikTok. We do the nightly lives, so JWavy414 on there. Check me out.
Absolutely. Lamar?
Same name on here, LamarScents, right at the bottom. LamarScents on TikTok and right here.
Hmm.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I appreciate you
absolutely.
having me too, man. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm going to just let everybody know, like, Wavy specifically does a lot of collaborative content, a lot of live content, talks about his fragrances. He does cool animations and videos. Wavy really feels like a quarterback. Like he's making use of anything he has to showcase the fragrance journey, and he also collaborates very heavy. Same with Lamar. Lamar, I think what I am drawn to about his passion is he loves talking about scents, and he has a very specific way he sees fragrance, enjoys fragrance, and he tries to palette that in a way that's easy to understand on the other side of the screen, make you feel like you can smell the fragrance through the screen and be equipped to make good decisions. And he's also, both of these guys are just really genuine. It's hard to find. I know if you guys are anything like me, it feels like today you're watching a lot of people say a lot of stuff, but you don't know if you believe it. You don't know if they believe what they're saying. And so these are guys that from the moment you guys start seeing their content, they're creative, they're genuine, and they are their own person. You're not going to watch them and be like, well, this guy just reminds me of this guy. That's not going to happen. So if y'all enjoy my content at all, I don't bring anybody onto my show that I don't believe in and have a high respect for. So I appreciate you guys being on. I'm gonna have y'all stay on the line just real quick while I briefly outro us, and then we'll get back on the call. So just give me a quick sec. Make sure you guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. That was two of my favorite guys over in the TikTok world, but they're pivoting to YouTube as well. So I'm going to tag their YouTube and TikToks and anything else they want me to put in the description below so you guys can track those guys. Definitely support them, fully with the content, and this won't be their last time on this channel. Appreciate you guys. Hope you got value out of that. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell. Talk to me. I do talk back. And let me know if anything from the conversation stood out to you that made you think about your own journey. Even if there's any questions I asked the panel that you want to answer from your perspective in the comments below, definitely tap in, because you guys know I'm about the engagement and interactions. But hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, this is SB signing off. Peace.